We know that relationships, caring relationships, loving relationships are essential to being and becoming human. Also, there's increasing amount of research that shows the importance of transcendence, of experiencing something beyond oneself as a source of meaning, and eventually developing into purpose. But I'm curious how you might consider how AI or AI's agents might enable people to experience constructive and perhaps a loving source of transcendence.
Sometimes when people use the term AI, they're really just talking about any technology. So technology definitely can help spread ideas for experiencing transcendence. I think if you think that being with an AI gives you a transcendent experience, well, you know, hooray for transcendent experiences, but I would say aim higher. There's certainly, you know, much greater transcendent experiences to be had than with something human-made. Now, not to say that human-made music and works of art can't lead you to transcendent experiences, you know. Went to the Handel's Messiah concert, and I don't know, when that's performed, so many people experience transcendence. They're, being in nature, seeing a child born. I mean, there are just so many moments of humanity that we experience transcendence. But I find the greatest transcendence is when I kind of pull away from all that stuff and reach to that God I didn't used to believe in. Sometimes the word G, the G term gets in the way. If a listener has trouble with the word God, I would say then imagine the most incredibly grand and beyond all comprehension, outside of space and time, the very ultimate source of all meaning and purpose, our very ability to think and feel, our very ability to have awareness, to make meaning of anything, the greatest thing beyond all comprehension. And now imagine that being actually not only cares about you, but loves you. Wow, like this is the ultimate source of love. This isn't us trying to feel love. This is something grand and incomprehensible beyond what we can conjure up in ourselves. You may be feeling completely unlovable and unworthy and like a despair. And when you turn to this one that is the ultimate source of love, and pause and listen and accept that love, it's, I don't have words for that. I invite people to go there, be with that transcendent one, be with the one who I now call God. And once you experience that being, not the doing, not all the stuff we do, but the being in the presence of God, nothing compares. No AI, nothing we build is gonna approach that.
I so appreciate that. I loved the very brief phrase, aim higher. That as much as you might have a query in AI, for us mere mortals who are not, creating interventions, but might be asking chat or someone questions, when you feel known because they're trained to say, oh, that was a great idea, that I might feel seen and known.
It's called sycophancy. They're trained to be sycophantic. A lot of the engineers working on that are starting to feel really bad about that. And they're trying to back it off. And then it becomes too preachy or too this or too that. There's a lot of personality engineering going on.
But that's not love.
It's not love. There are people who are trying to express love by trying to figure out how to do the right thing in these complex situations. But that's like an image, a projection of love, maybe, when people are trying to do that. But my goodness, when we let ourselves be in the presence of the Almighty, the one that words fail to describe, and you let that kind of love come in and knock you over, overfill you, it's that's indescribable.